Infrastructure Minister assesses emergency sea defense works in Region 5 and teachers enjoy a well-deserved day off. Welcome to InfoHub. It's Thursday, October 4. We have lots to tell you. In his address to the most recent graduates of the Board of Industrial Training, His Excellency President David Granger reiterated his pledge to invest in human capital in order to have a skilled workforce that will help in Guyana's transformation.
We need human beings like you to man factories and plants, which will form part of our countrywide low-carbon industrial complexes, to explore and exploit more efficiently our natural resources. We need trained personnel to build the aerodromes in the hinterland, bridges, roads and stellings, to improve access to three-quarters of our country, particularly that area west of the Essequibo.
The head of state noted that while Guyana's petroleum revenue will be used to transform all of the nation's sectors, it is important that heavy investment is placed in human capital.
Without trained and skilled persons, the wheels of industry will remain still. Government is committed to supporting programs, especially programs which can train workers to enter the digital market.
The Board of Industrial Training has focused on intensifying the delivery of relevant occupational, technical, and vocational skills training with a view to addressing entry-level occupational skills demand for current and emerging industries, both in the public and private sector. BIT aims to have 25,000 persons graduate from their programs by the end of 2019. For InfoHub, Anarakan.
Hardworking educators enjoyed some much-needed downtime today from their regular busy schedule. With World Teachers' Day being observed on October 5, schools closed their doors to allow teachers some free time to reflect and recuperate. This was an initiative of the Ministry of Education as their way of showing appreciation to teachers across Guyana for their significant role of helping to mold and develop the young minds of this nation. Riona Cathro is the director for the Bumblebee Daycare and Nursery for over 8 years. Speaking to her earlier, she said the day off will be a meaningful one for herself and her staff.
Our teachers have a really nice event planned, so we would not be operating on that day, and we're going and have a great time.
Across at the Pleasant Secondary School, a teacher for over 20 years, Miss Glennis D'Souza, said it is her responsibility to educate, care, and nurture the future generation. She added that she gets much satisfaction when she sees her students excelling. She's eagerly looking forward to some what she referred to as me time on her day off.
I will spend the day kind of pampering myself, relaxing, feeling just, doing light duties, chores in and around the house, more relaxing, so that I can be ready for the new week.
Students are also happy that their teachers have been given this day in recognition of the important job that they do daily.
I actually love all of my teachers at this school because they do more than push us to achieve not what they want, but to see us become something in life. What they need, they already have. They're trying to give us something, and that is very thoughtful of each and every one of them.
I feel real good that, that there's somebody there, actually care for me, and that, that want to see me do good in life and want to see me achieve something. So I feel very special at the end of the day.
The Department of Public Information commends our nation's teachers for the vitally important job they do every day. We salute you for your invaluable dedication and inspiration and wish you a happy Teachers' Day. With approximately 50,000 tons of boulders needed to execute emergency sea defense works within the Danzig to Fairfield zone impacted by the recent high tide and spring tides, Minister of Public Infrastructure, the Honorable David Patterson, visited the Maikoni site to get a first-hand account of ongoing works.
Here in Prospect, Minister Patterson tells us about what is being done to protect the Maikoni area from being inundated with water.
I met with the contractors this morning, some of them this morning, and they are to give me by tomorrow morning what equipment they have available, what stone they have available in their stockyards at the moment, and how they see it their opinion on the easiest, fastest way to get materials in here.
The minister made these comments on Thursday, October 3, during his follow-up visit to inspect the emergency works conducted at Danzig to Fairfield area. Prior to his visit, he met with 4 stone suppliers and 5 contractors at his ministry. It is the primary focus of the ministry to ensure the works carried out on the breached area are of high standard, as preparations are also being put in place for the next expected high tide.
The next high tide is October the 26th, so we're maximizing the time. As long as there's no rain, we should be able to at least get to all the breaches and do some intervention. While we may not be able to stop the overtopping, because we have to get the seawalls at about that height where what you can see behind us, and you can see how low it is here, and you can see the water's already coming and the high tide is not even on. So, but we may not be able to stop the overtopping by the 26th, but we want to stop the water coming in, free access.
About 50 meters away is one of the barges that is now being resurfaced after sinking due to the ferocious tide.
Currently, one of the breaches is inaccessible. To arrest this situation, numerous excavators are extracting mud from the Bellamy Canal to build a wall behind the existing boulders along the foreshore. This is needed to facilitate the traffic of equipment and materials to the sites that were breached. Within the impacted zone, 2 pumps are being installed to drain water from the Bellamy Canal that runs parallel to the earthen embankment and the Atlantic Ocean. More pumps will be placed in the coming days. Before leaving Maikoni, Minister Patterson met with some of the affected residents to update them on the ministry's priorities moving forward, and they expressed their optimism.
For everything that you've said, we have our confidence in you, and we're going to stay strong.
And I will not miss, please.
Thank you very much.
Shaquille Bourne for InfoHub.
The Civil Defense Commission dispatched a team to the islands of Wakenham and Legwan following reports of flooding and overtopping. The team is expected to conduct a damage and needs assessment of the affected areas.
The CDC group was deployed on Thursday, October 3, to conduct a preliminary assessment on the islands of Wakenham and Legwan. CDC Operations Officer Lieutenant Lakshman Prasad was updated on the situation by the chairman of the Wakenham Neighborhood Democratic Council, Sheikh Ahmad. It was relayed that while several communities were affected by the unprecedented spring tides, there was no major impact on the island's agricultural lands.
The farmlands, some of them are being flooded, but they have not reported any major losses so far.
This, he explained, was due to the irrigation systems which were put in place.
Because of our good drainage system that Wakenham has in conjunction with the National Drainage and Irrigation Board for the last 12 to 14 years, these waters will normally run into the main trench, which would take them off as soon as the tide is off. But you would have water on the lands for about 6 hours, as long as the tide is high, until the water moves off from the trench.
The CDC team also visited several areas around Wakenham, where they interacted with affected residents. They then visited the island of Legwan and conducted a similar assessment. The team returned to the islands on Friday to complete their assessment and distribute hampers with cleaning supplies. Reporting from Wakenham with videographer Anil Silal, Anara Khan for InfoHub.
Indigenous beauty queen Esther Marslow turns her attention to climate change advocacy. Details after the break.
Are you ready to embark on a truly epic adventure to an undiscovered corner of South America, where some of the most spectacular natural attractions are unveiled within a beautifully diverse landscape? From the wetlands and savannas to the ancient mountains, magnificent waterways and lush enriching rainforest would provide a vast playground for some of the most exotic and breathtaking creatures on the planet, including many of the world's giant species. This untouched land of mystery and wonder serves up an exclusive experience for travelers. So are you ready for a new, awe-inspiring adventure? Welcome back to nature. Welcome to Guyana.
Thanks for staying with us. Hot off the trail of being crowned Miss Indigenous Heritage 2019, Esther Marslow is diving headfirst into her true passion, climate change advocacy, whilst interning at the Food and Agriculture Organization.
Well, I've been working with FAO before actually entering the pageant, and climate change is something that I'm passionate about. Is evident in our society today. There's no turning back, and being placed to work with a climate change project, it has made me think about, what I as an individual can do to help.
The Miss Indigenous Heritage Pageant winner Esther Marslow is one of 20 Indigenous interns serving with the FAO under a new internship program targeting Indigenous youth.
This year, FAO has launched a very special internship program. Throughout our offices, from our headquarters in Rome right through all our decentralized offices around the world, we sent out a call and we have got about 20 Indigenous interns. FAO Guyana has been very fortunate to have one of those interns.
Esther is currently working on a project that can have a major impact on our local agriculture sector.
What I'm working on is a project that helps with accrediting agriculture agencies to access monies from the Green Climate Fund to help them with their projects that would combat the effects of climate change.
Esther has been helping us to develop the program of work that we are looking at, particularly with farmers in the hinterland, the issues that they would have as a result of climate change, as well as farmers on the coast. So this has been some of the work that she's been doing with us.
Climate change has presented devastating effects for Guyana and the low coastal plain, and while Esther's work may seem small, it is making a difference at the FAO. Reporting for InfoHub, Nikosi Bruce.
Here's a traffic advisory for persons living and traveling on the east bank of Demerara during October 4 and 6 to facilitate the CPL matches. The eastern carriageway of the East Bank Public Road from Eccles Industrial Site Access Road will be used for patrons with vehicles to access the stadium. Persons proceeding south on the East Bank Public Road who are not attending the games and continuing further south of the National Stadium will be diverted east into the Eccles Industrial Site Access Road, south along Providence Access Road, and west to exit at the Mocha Access Road. This diversion will be facilitated by ranks on motorcycles. Persons who bypass the diversion will be directed to turn around at the second access point of the National Stadium, that is opposite the Guyol gas station. Public parking is available at the Providence Access Road. Access is available to paid or VIP parking customers via the second entrance to the Providence Stadium. Entry and exit for VVIPs and officials will be catered for through the Greenfield Access Road. No parking will be allowed on any side of the carriageway in front of the Providence Stadium. Patrons are advised to use carpooling and share a ride if possible to ease the congestion. Signs will be erected to guide patrons. That's all for today. Connect with us on WhatsApp, Facebook, and YouTube. Much more news is on our website, dpi.gov.gy. And pop over to Instagram for the latest photo updates at DPI Guyana. Your bridge and weather reports are up next. Have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Goodbye for now.